Okay, all good to go. Let's begin. Ladies and gentlemen, our warmest greetings to you. Hoping that you're doing extremely well, that all is good in your life, and that you're having an amazing day. Well, today we thought we'll talk about spiritual tools, devices, of all sorts, whatever we can think of, and I'm sure that we're going to go on many tangents. That is how it usually goes down. So I
Are,
hope
are
you.
we are we going to start with our sound bowls as an instrument?
Ah, well, well. Now that we're talking about our allies and tools, I want to go a little bit with the drum. Let's combine the drum with the singing bowl.
That sounds good.
Okay.
I've got me frequency. It's already playing, by the way. So
Okay, wonderful. So that is cleaning and cleansing and elevating energy with an oomph. So sound, 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 sound. Let's start with sound, Philip. We do this every time at the beginning of our
yeah,
conversations. So there are many forms of container of consciousness. Sound is one of the most powerful. In essence, it is superior to light and all dimensions in manifestation. First comes the beloved source of all sources, then comes the divine primordial void, primordial sound, then primordial light, and then we have dimensionality. So if you can manifest using sound, that is one potent form of bringing things into existence. So singing bowls, bells,
yeah,
drums, a whole range of rattles.
and
Yes, different ones. Older Atlantean tech, the wonderful, wonderful Egyptian sistrum. These are
me and the I'm playing the frequency. If you know it, and that's got
oh,
everything in. That's got all the frequencies in there. That's got everything. I'll leave that
beautiful.
playing. I'll leave that playing anyway.
And of course, modern technology, speakers. Boy, oh boy, they do that wonderfully. It doesn't have to come from skin or wood or metal. It can be reproduced with high fidelity in our modern digital speakers. Well, of course, the last step would be analog. But yes, this works beautifully. By the way, Philip, confirmation, the frequencies that are playing are very, very effective. And I've had a few people come and say, oh, yes, by the way, it unsettled the hornet's nest. Lots of things on the property that were laying dormant, potentially to cause harm in the future, they all got agitated, revealed themselves to then be cleansed and either ascended or dealt with appropriately. So yeah, these sounds that are playing, they
Yeah,
work.
yeah, good.
Sound, but then oh wow, of course our voice box, our wonderful voice, and speaking things into existence with our voice, that is also incredibly potent.
I was going to say your drumming at the beginning that it's good, but in the wrong shaman's hands, it can open portals to dimensions and all sorts of. So you've got to get a good shaman to play that. I have heard a lot of stories that weren't good. Yeah.
I've I've become a master of Reiki drum, which means you use the sound to carry the Reiki energy. You have to cleanse and empower the drum correctly. So I was drawing the correct symbols and giving it the correct intention. You're spot on. I think this would apply with most instruments that we
Yeah.
use. In the wrong hands, oh boy, they can cause a lot of damage. Wow. Sound, okay.
You mentioned your rattles, and that brings back memories that the Indians used to use them to make rain, didn't they? They used to connect with the earth energies. Yeah.
Well, while our wonderful audience are tuning in, let's do a little breakdown of what I use these for. Californian sequoia, same tree. The little one is significantly more powerful. The larger one is more gentle. What these do, they break up blockages in the energy system, and then you can pull the broken up particles. It goes down to a consistency of fine, dry sand. Then you can pull it out with different methods or burn it with dragon's breath. I use obsidian for this. Very absorbent, very protective substance, volcanic glass. Divine feminine, magnolia. It's the energy of a mother gently rocking her baby. Very healing, especially after cleaning work. You can wash over the energy structure with light and reconstruct it, filling in the cavities or fixing up the missing parts in the energetic structure. And then cedar, divine masculine. It charges up the energy centers, fills up your battery. This would be the energy of having the presence of divine masculine in your life. It doesn't matter if you're male or female or in between. We benefit from the support and the guidance of divine masculine. So many of us have not had that across the board.
I was going to say, Amir, that that's healing, say, a person around an area, but it's exactly the same as if you're doing Mother Gaia. If you want rain, you're doing exactly the same, but on a bigger scale. But then you've got to connect and bring the rain. That's probably why how the native Indians of America used to do it quite easily. But as a child, I used to sing to make the snow and make the rain, or manipulate weather. When I was a child, I used to sing. So that's the same frequency, a loving, harmonious frequency. But don't let me sing now.
Well, and then also, well, again, in the category of sound, that's singing. We had a show on light language. Now, if you add tones, so you sing light language, that becomes incredibly potent. Going through the whole thing, it seems now very early on in this show we're rediscovering and remembering rules and protocols of using tools. Intention. So intention goes into the earlier stage, preceding the utterance of light language. The same is with the use of the rattle, the drum, the singing bowl, the sistrum, the bell. Intention, that is what goes into the capsule or the container that is sound. So essentially, it's an application of sigil magic. A sigil is a container.
Yeah, like a program, isn't it? It's setting your intentions from your chi energy.
Yeah.
Sigil. Yeah, definitely.
So next, let's go to
Sigil magic.
yes,
Right,
sigil magic. So all those Reiki symbols, they're all
Here's
sigils.
one. If I can go.
Oh yeah.
That's the 7 archangels.
Yep. Absolutely.
It is one I don't know what it is, so I don't use it because it could summon some demon. I don't know. These can do good and bad.
They could do it, but yeah. So the demons mentioned in the Goetia, which would respond to the, let's say, the Key of Solomon, these all have their own sigils. Not to be taken lightly. It's the real deal. So,
you don't mess with them unless you really know. Here's the one I use on my and shamans use this. Can you see the It's got 8 realms. That's for protection. This is a channeled one from the 25, the triangle one. These are mostly protection, but the one I like quite well is the phoenix, like a rebirth. Wrong way. These are all sigils, and these have got animals in. There's 2 fish. There's a little mouse at the bottom, and then there's a phoenix.
Shamanic, yeah, powerful.
Yeah.
And of course, these can be created by all of us. A symbol, you empower it with a certain intention or energy. In fact, that's one of the things I do for my wonderful clients. It's creation of sigils of power. I don't have them handy. Let's take a look if I've got any examples lying around.
I found that one as well, the pentagon, which everyone knows to do with the earth.
Pentagrammaton.
But most of these was given off my sister.
Yeah.
From a shaman who was 94 from the family, and they said anyone who can use them, and they were all boxed with that on. Raphael.
Yes.
And I was known with Raphael before that, and I thought, is Raphael giving me these?
many. So that box right there, many symbols of Eucus, the winged serpent, the obelisk, all highly symbolic. But again, another example would be the Nordic runes. This is the rune of protection. It's got algiz in the end, and so these slashes are basically multiplying the effects of protection.
That's what that is.
That's the Norse rune of protection. The algiz symbol, 3-pronged, let's say, scepter. That is protective. It's representing the elk in nature with the horns, vigilance and protection. So it's wonderful, this link with nature, symbolism of using animals, each have their own attributes.
Yeah.
So we can absolutely create these. The process of creating a sigil is putting a conscious intention into a form. It could be a symbol, it could be a drawing, it could be a statue, an object, it could be an entire temple.
A bit like the Hindu goddess behind them. Yeah. So that could be an altar, couldn't it? And that's where you do your prayer and everything. Yeah.
So just by following down that thread of thought, one must be cautious with second-hand tools and objects that have been used by someone before. There firstly needs to be a friendship, a bond of friendship established between the instrument and the practitioner.
And the previous one.
The previous one.
With these, I never cleansed them. And the simple reason is I saw how they were brought to me. Okay. It was magical how they brought to me. And to me, it was meant to be. And that's how I decided not to do a cleanse.
That makes perfect sense. So the gentleman using them passed.
Yeah.
But the objects, these can last for thousands of years. So they wish to continue doing their task. And especially if they are benevolent healing instruments, that is so beautiful. I'm going to when it's my time, I will pass all my tools to people I know that will use them, and have a few more decades left to do the same. Yeah, these instruments, they come into creation so rarely, the good ones. So it makes sense that they continue, becoming instruments of divine blessing and healing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So have we done everything with relation to sound and sigils?
Well, sigils is, you could link to the magic of the elements, the earth magic, the water magic, the fire magic, all can be to do with sigils as well.
And then, of course, now that just reminded me of mudras. Mudras are hand seals. You would use a mudra because 25% of the motor cortex controls hands. Funny enough, 50% is just related to speech. So now if you speak with your voice and you use your hands, you've got 75% of conscious control of movement. The rest of the brain slowly follows in. So with elemental mudras, well, earth, water, fire, air, and the Akash. These are the Viking or Nordic representations. Pardon me, these ones are actually Tibetan. There's another whole thing, basically going through different fingers representing different elements. These are, again, sigils, or we have these in the Kujikiri system, more elaborate, each one.
Can I bring some up I have never brought up before? So
Yeah.
I think you do it. I've seen you do it, but I've been doing it for decades. And if you heal like that, and then have a look in between, and you can actually see there's energy there. You can actually see the energy. So when you're healing in the zone and healing, you can actually see the energy forming. So you're bringing something in there. You're creating a portal from your hands. Your hands are becoming a portal.
So this is actually the mudra for the third eye.
Yeah.
Interesting how you've got this formation. It's represented in many different modalities. It is not good or evil.
It's great for bringing in downloads, isn't it? But you're creating a portal with the spirit world, basically. Yeah.
Of course, the triangular shape.
The only person I've seen who does it, apart from me, is yourself. And when I saw you do that, I'm thinking, am I seeing what I'm seeing here?
Yeah. Oh yes. That's the brilliance. Now, for our wonderful, esteemed audience, we just show up. There's no script, and so you're basically along for the ride, just like we are. So these are downloads and realizations. They're brand new and exciting. So yes, we're independently coming to the same conclusions. That's so wonderful.
I'm going to give you a secret I've never said before.
Oh yes,
right.
Yes.
So put your hands in a ball when you're healing your patient. Visualize a curvature of energy going in, from your prana energy, or whatever you call it, chi energy, and then program it to either release at a slow time or concentrate on a person's energy, It could be like healing everyone out there, and release at a slow time, so the healing takes a week to heal, So you're coding it. You can even give it 4 numbers, so the Akashic's got a code for it. I used to give it a code every time when I was younger. And then put it into the physical person. So what we can do is, let's do it, healing everyone who's watching it. Shall we do that?
Before you start, that's what I use in the Dragon Reiki. That's my understanding of energy. And so I start from this pose. Again, forming a little orb or bubble of energy, and then with that we dance around and extend it to the light, to the void, pushing into the earth, pulling up into the body, down into the tanden, and boom, there we go. So that's part of the, oh my God, yes.
If you're in spirit and someone's attacking you, that can be fire, dragon, energy, and then you can throw it at them. So you've seen the films where they do firing with energy balls. But I've been doing these energy balls.
The Last Airbender. I love that.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and the wind and everything. I've tried. I can create a bit of wind if I'm on my own, but if I'm trying to show off, it don't work. So.
Hey, that's something else. By the way, we're not forgetting doing that energy healing thingy that we just talked about.
Yeah.
But it seems the earth is healing sufficiently, and the vibration of the collective is rising to such a degree that telekinesis and element bending is becoming possible again. I'm seeing so much of it.
I agree. I actually agree.
Oh my God, that's so good. It's coming back online. And of course, you know what that means. In a few hundred years, dragons are going to be able to return.
Yeah.
They need beyond a certain depth of density, they cannot exist.
I think the spiritual ones can come here, but you mean the physical ones are coming back?
Physical ones.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're stuck with a human body.
So we'll create this energy ball for healing everyone available. I'm going to blow a bit of dragon's breath into it as well, and for everyone.
Let's follow our own protocol, setting intention.
Yeah,
May this...
Amir.
Yes, please.
Yeah. How do you bring in dragon's breath? I channel into the dragons and then I blow the air out. Is that what you do? I don't know.
Little bit movement also involved. Intention is identical.
Yeah.
So connecting to the earth, and then connecting, entangling with the earth, pulling up energy, and then exhaling up to the ether. And you wait with empty lungs until you have the urge to breathe back in. So getting that connection between heaven and earth going is a Qigong approach shared between many modalities. Absolutely, we need to be anchored in the planet. We don't want to burn out our body, injure ourselves. But then also going to the beloved divine, getting this bifold flow of heaven to earth and earth to heaven, and we're in the middle facilitating it. It's a wonderful way to accumulate manifestation credit. You do this for 6 months, the universe owes you, and so that's pretty amazing too. Oh wow! We're giving away secrets, huh?
That's what we're here for. We can't say. Well, we'll take them with us, but it's good for other people to be able to do them. To be honest,
you know what?
Yeah.
If somebody hears it and use it to benefit their own growth and health and ascension and help others, so be it. Away with secrets, and please use it correctly, people. There is a law of action and reaction, choices and consequences. Don't be naughty.
Okay, so you're going to create healing ball energy for everyone who's watching. Okay.
And so those who wish to receive now, pull in the energy we're sending, actively invite it in the name of the beloved source. May it benefit you immensely. May you be the instrument of divine blessings upon everyone and everything that has the honor of being in your presence.
I put a little code in that say target pain and illness. There you go. So target pain and illness.
I just send credit. Do with it what you wish. You just one of the. Okay, I'm going to say it. One of the laws of within the human operating manual. It's kind of funny. Don't be an asshole. Universal law. Yeah, don't be. Because there are things built into the fabric of reality that will deal with you. Be noble, be gentle, be compassionate, be kind, and do the best you can. But first and foremost, do all of the above towards yourself. Be self-loving, self-compassionate, kind to the self. When you're overflowing, then you can help others. I'm feeling emotional. This was lovely. This was really good.
Oh, I just wanted to mention that, my face has been healed, by the way. It took a week. So
Yes. Second degree burns, only 5 days. What's next? The proof is in the pudding. Yes.
Uh,
Somebody, somebody's a
everything's
healer.
possible. Yeah,
I'm not pointing at anyone in particular. Somebody must be a healer. So, good.
The thing with that is everything is possible. Never have a negative thought about, oh, it's not possible. You're just blocking it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful.
definitely. Yeah.
So,
I've got some candles here. It says magic spell candles.
oh, yes, yes. That's another wonderful thing.
Candle
Instruments,
magic, isn't it? Yeah.
candle, yes, yes, yes. Candles, Palo Santo, sage, incense, use of fire. This would go back to elemental magic, of course. And so, yes, the elements are powerful guides and tools. Fire is the active one. So it's transmuting solid into gas and energy. So if you write down an intention, either on the body of the candle or on a piece of paper, and then use the fire to transmute it, is taking the conscious intention and elevating it and transferring it to the causal plane. In
I
the
think people do it on bay leaves, don't they? Yeah.
many forms, many
Yeah.
forms. And so the intention, make it beautiful, make it compassionate. Again, this is what we are respectfully recommending because of the cause and effect. If you set into motion a cause that is healing, you're going to receive it back. Same is true with harm. So there's no way out of this. There is no way.
I'm being guided. If you have a candle and put your hands over it, start doing light language. Try and join in the flames, and you can actually alter that candle. Yeah.
Light language. And the next thing that is common among every tribe of human is dancing, dancing around the fire. So many, all the old civilizations have something with fire. All continents, there's no exception. Africa, Australia, America, Europe, Asia. Actually, in Asia, in the west of Asia, Persia, fire was the symbol of divinity and purity. And so these are all, variations on a theme, the powerful elements that is fire. It's a
I
living
had
thing.
I had my ankle healed, broken ankle healed with Sophia, goddess of Sophia, with dance. I've never seen healing with dance. Yeah.
That is so wonderful. But then again, we talked about fire, but water. So this is something we can easily do. I mean, before you drink, you hold the water in your hands close to the heart and say, Psst, hey, water, I love you. And you've just created holy water. Now that isn't.
I think I've mentioned it before. If you can remember where, just say you've the best thing in your life. Say you've had a baby born and you remember that. You try and remember that few minutes, and then you send that in, and that is very powerful. Very powerful. Yeah.
And so again, the fundamental theme that we discovered while talking about sound also applies here, that intention. We are creator beings, and so this is how we bring this attention into a closed and complete form to go into the causal plane, and like lightning that would find the path of least resistance and strike. This is how manifestation occurs. It is the law.
The other thing you can do with water magic, and that's what we do in water magic, you can actually set a program into the water. If you've got an illness, fix the illness, or you've got gut problem or anything. So you can bless it, but then all of a sudden set a program what you want that water to do. Yeah.
Again, something with healing that we talked very briefly on before starting recording. It is so important, first of all, to keep yourself in good health. And if something goes on that is not desirable, don't wait for it to do significant damage to the body. Sometimes a certain level of damage is irreversible by these vessels. Again, a bullet to the head is going to take you out. So there is just so much that these wonderful machines can do. So it's important to get at it early. Don't wait for the last stages and then come to an energy healer, or for that matter, any other doctor or medical professional and say, can you fix this? I mean, come on. I mean, this is all burnt out. How can I even do anything with this? So keep yourself in good shape for as long as possible.
I have heard some people actually do burn skin to rejuvenate. I'm not recommending that because we're not an expert. But this shows you that my skin's now quite fresh.
Oh,
Last week it was burnt.
they do this with, again, not recommended. This is painful, and why? I mean, even, but they do these chemical room peelings, or with laser. They take a very thin layer off the surface, and the skin looks fresh and new, but the long-term effects on that on the body. So once, okay, but if you're doing it like, say, 3-4 times a year over years, this may have some unforeseen consequences.
Exactly. Another one is automatic writing, isn't it? I think we've all tried that. If you haven't tried that, try it now. Yeah.
It's interesting. Now, I do, in the writing is way too slow, at least my writing. And so you can also so upgrade it to record your voice. So you're in this zone of being relaxed and open to the gentle whispers of your soul. And then you just start speaking. Let it flow. You don't even need to think. Let it just come. It's not something to be thought on. And once you look at the outcome, you see it's come out perfect. Doesn't require any addition. It doesn't require any editing. Yeah, automatic writing. That is a beautiful thing.
I used to use that to pass my college work. I think. Is that cheating? It's cheating. Sometimes I was in an exam and I used to ask the spirit, well, come on, I need these answers quick. So I get my team.
As long as you are referencing where it's coming from correctly, you're good. So you have to give credit where credit is due to your higher self and infinite soul. I don't know how that's going to go down with the academic board, but so be it. Yeah, where did it come from? Pretty good, pretty good.
I want to go on to one part that I don't think I've dealt with that much, and one is it's a scrying, isn't it?
Yes.
But scrying, you can use a bowl. I think I've shown a bowl on this before with oil and water in. But when you're in the zone, when you're doing healing, when your eyelids get a bit orange, I believe, and you just open them, yeah, and look around, but then squint your eyes, and if you squint to a point and don't go out of focus, you can start seeing the energy in the actual room. You can actually see it, and with your hands, you can maneuver that energy like a conductor, and if the person's cells have got negativity, you can start vibrating using, like, in a way, light language from your hands. You can start vibrating, and then you can start lifting them out of the body, and then you can start pushing them to the ground. And I don't think anyone's ever said that one before, so that's a new one, but try it. It's absolutely amazing to see, because you can see these negative energies coming out of the actual body.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to go on to that. Have you ever heard that before? No.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So essentially, you're translating and understanding the same type of knowledge that's you're streaming down, you're channeling down. This is the healing knowledge. As far as I understand, it is available to humankind. And it's not restricted. What does change is the last stage. So my life experience, the way my brain is set up, would be different to yours. So maybe I would see it in a different way. But at the end, it turns out we're both tapping into the same thing. So that makes perfect sense.
So sometimes you got to shake the cells to get this trauma. It's trauma, isn't it? Trauma out of the cells. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Shake it out.
And now perhaps we can go towards instruments, assistive instruments of focus and amplification to be held. Well, we have many, many different types of wand. Some of them are crystal, some of them have a combination of crystal, wood, and metal. Some of them are pure crystal, some of them are pure metal. So I suppose between Philip and myself, we can show you examples of this. Pure crystal, a vogel.
Emerald.
Exactly.
It's not pure,
Yes,
but
yes,
it's just as good. I have got a pure one somewhere.
Lemurian master quartz. These are kind of rare and costly, but fantastic for focusing energy.
Yeah, I've got skull quartz. I've also got Harry Potter resin.
Yep.
Still can be used. Still can be used.
Old Lemurian approach, tree of life, lingam vitae. It's perfectly balanced. It's meant to be circulated. You spin it, and this causes creation of portals and vortices of energy. Of course, it can be thrust to point energy.
You've all seen this one, which I rattle, which is a shamanic one. It's got angelic wings from the minerals of a volcano in Africa. It's got the rock. It's got mother pearl, and it's got tigers. You can use it that way. You can shake it, use it that way, or you can actually use the infinity sign, and it creates like a tornado effect. Yeah.
Then the Buddhist approach, the furba.
Do you stab someone with that?
You can stab someone with a fork. That's beyond the purpose. A little one, bigger one, and let's not even go there. And this is my favorite. It has the dorje and the furba together.
That does look like a lethal weapon, doesn't it?
It actually is. So you would hold it tip down. This is representing a tent peg between these 2 points. This is the primordial void. Actually, no. Let's define it different. The beloved source of all things, giving the 2 polarities of existence, light and void. Between these 2, all manifestation and creation occurs. So, so many examples.
Yeah,
They're all
I brought this as well. I was given that because somebody had something they shouldn't have had. Can't say it on here. And they had 4 of them. And within 15 minutes, I'd reversed a lot. And they gave me that as a gift, aren't they kind? Yeah. You've got that. That's
a closed
nice.
one, which is meant for internal work, and an open-ended one with open prongs. This is more active, and it can be used to transmit energy in a more, let's say, offensive way for spiritual warfare. And of course, we've got the staff, which is...
And I haven't got mine. Mine's at home.
These are... So let's try to define them. It seems they are incredibly common. It's a focal point. But in the absence, you can just use your index, right? Pointing. The index is active. And so you can channel energy by using the finger or a gesture like this, where you're concentrating all the...
That's how I do it. That's how I do it, yeah.
This is,
So,
you know what? Let's yes. Same with the application of the vogel. It seems that depending on how you basically touch the touch the point of the crystal, the flow becomes wider or narrower. And of course, all of these require breath. The breathing.
I do breath a lot. All me, you should always do breath. I love it. Another thing is it's clearing your dense energy in your gut anyway. So in your lower chakras. Yeah.
So
interesting.
amplification of energy.
Yeah. It
Depending on what it is, yes.
amplifier,
Oh, yeah,
but it can be used for other things. It doesn't have to be used for. You can change its by your intentions. Yeah,
but
exactly.
again, we're bringing in tools, and that's the theme
Mm,
of what we're doing today. Depending what kind of crystal it is. So if it's a ruby, it's going to behave differently if compared
mm.
to if it's a piece of master quartz. If it's from one
I
tree,
I
it's
do know.
different compared to another.
Yeah, the rock crystals can be used for other things. Where the rosemary and all these can be only used for one, but the rock can be used for all the chakras because they're that programmable. They're more programmable. Yeah, definitely.
Agreed. And
Yeah.
then towards that, the most powerful crystal is quartz.
Mm.
It's infinitely capable and
Of doing
programmable.
everything.
Everything,
Yeah.
everything. So there's no need some of these crystals because of course, successful marketing, and then of course because they are incredibly rare, they become expensive.
Mm.
We're talking hundreds, maybe thousands of pounds for something. This is not unseen. Well, all you really need is a tiny, inexpensive piece
Oh,
of quartz, and you just program it. It does it for you.
that's mine.
That's not a regular crystal, man.
This is coming with me when I die. Everyone can have the rest. Sorry.
Oh, well, it's yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
It is nice though, isn't it? It is nice.
It's
So,
gorgeous.
mm.
I get it. It's your precious.
It's my precious, yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
yeah. With these instruments, though, probably our wonderful audience will agree. They've got a mind of their own,
Mm.
meaning that sometimes they have the urge to travel or move from one human companion to the other.
Yeah.
And if you do not listen to them, they will take things into their own hands. Meaning you're
Mm.
sitting there wonderful and happy all day, every day, and then suddenly next day it's not there.
Mm.
It goes on a little walkabout.
I had one that light came out when I did healing. Actually, light came out, and someone said you can't be attached to your tools. So I ended up I sold it on eBay for 50 quid because I was attached to it, and now I'm
Okay.
gutted. I've been gutted for 20 years. Why did I sell it?
Well,
Yeah.
there is some wisdom to that.
Mm.
Even our bodies are on loan from the earth.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
food that we've eaten, it's all put together through the energetic scaffolding, but it's transient.
Mm.
Ownership is an illusion.
Yeah.
We just have the honor of companionship and wonderful friendships for a short part of the whole journey as we walk together on the road.
Mm.
So, yes, non attachment. It's always important to remember that even these wonderful bodies, these are the primary instruments of spiritual work. And
Mm.
so we have to honor our bodies like we honor any other spiritual tool and device. Certainly, I can say this for myself, if I'm very stressed or very tired or I've got a flu,
Mm.
the quality of the work I do is diminished.
Mm.
There's something to having a healthy and clean and clear body that does have a positive effect.
Mm. Exactly. I was going to go on to because you've got I haven't got any here, but I've got me oracle cards, but you've got
Yes,
your
yes.
you've got your runes as well, haven't you?
It's
Uh,
quite interesting. Got my
yeah.
whole little treasure box of my cards. Yeah, oracles. The tarot. These are good for 3D stuff.
Mm.
Who cheated on who?
Well, the tarot. That's it. You just carry on. I want to see if I can dig one out.
Yeah, different oracle cards. These are wonderful.
Mm.
Spirit animals. I've got a few of these.
I've
Although I
I've got a
must
few.
admit that these are just for emergency use only.
Yeah.
Break the glass for emergency only. My go-to these days are the runes. They're different from cards.
Yeah.
The runes are kind of wisdom in very few words. It goes straight to the point. Hey, this is this. No hello, no goodbye. While you may see some very, very capable masters using tarot, and they go on for hours and hours and hours, and then after watching the whole thing, you could condense it into, again, 2-3 sentences. This is coming, watch out for this. And so the runes, that's what they do, all day, every day. So effective, I've got them on my wrist, these little
I
buddies.
yeah, I've got some. I don't know. I've got these, the 108 mantras. Where
Yes,
you count each mantra. I wouldn't want to do it 108 times.
Absolutely, very, very effective tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, mala beads. If you get into building them, it's very addictive. You keep creating them of significantly more powerful crystals. Some of them can get expensive. I'm guilty of that.
Can I show you a tarot card from Aleister Crowley, the Universe card from the Golden Book, which I've got the set at home. I've got the original set, which are worth a fortune, but I haven't brought them here. But I'll share screen because I got it on the internet. Where is it? Can you see that? That's the Universe card, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Now then, you can connect to this card. If you've got any dark beings, entities, or demons inside you, you connect to this card, and what happens, these gatekeepers become alive. They're Universe gatekeepers. All of a sudden, this snake, I've seen this happen. I've actually removed something with this snake starts crawling out, goes in front of the being that needs the dark energy removing, and you see all the green coming out of the person, and then it goes back. So the reason I'm going on to this is tarot cards don't need to be used just for fortune telling.
Yeah,
But you got to know you got to know what you're doing.
Correct. Correct. Oh yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. They're powerful magical instruments. Divination is only one of their applications. So true, so true. But this is also true for the runes. We have rune binds where they are used towards creation of certain types of spell or effect. Same thing with the tarot cards; they can be used for this too. Divination and what else? Shall we talk a little bit about our crystals?
Yeah, I was going to say one thing. I'll say one thing.
Please.
When we're in Astra and we're getting attacked, we have a lot of tools in our art chakra. Some you might even know. Now, I have a God sword, which is like a lightsaber that grows out of my hand, and that's the angelic part, and that's in my art chakra. That actually grows out of my hand. So remember, you might have gifts and tools in your art chakra that haven't opened yet, or you use them while you're out and about when your physical's asleep. So okay, crystals. Yeah, go.
Okay. These I like to think of them as vessels.
Yeah.
Depending on their properties, size, they can become host to soul shards, entire conscious beings. Now, very, very massive chunks of quartz buried underneath the surface, they host guardians, which facilitate evolution. Without these, a planet cannot hold life. Even a single one is enough for a planet to become life-bearing. Earth has thousands of them. This is a very, very beautiful and unique planet indeed. But then in smaller form, again, granted that you make friends with them and become allies with them, you can use them towards let's say, tuning your energy to a certain frequency. So this is a volcanic glass. It's an Andara. Andaras are not all crystal. This is glass. It's not a crystalline structure, but it hosts a Andarian sentience called Shaya. And you would treat these like a 3-year-old. Very gently. You wake them up. Hey, wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Let's go to work. Otherwise, they're so shy and gentle and sensitive, they'll remain dormant. That you won't be able to use them. Very important to treat with gentleness and compassion. And so this wonderful being brings in the energy of the big happy. And so now, sending this energy of big happy towards every one of you. And I'll continue to do so for the few remaining minutes that we have. But then we've got different ones, apopholites, different types of healers, different variations of quartz, crystals of different colors. And so these can be used depending on the color and energy to treat individual centers in the body. Even more potent if you create a grid. I think we spoke about crystal grids together, how powerful they are. So I think that's pretty much it. They are wonderful. Please use them.
Yeah, grids can really enhance energies. Really do so much. Yeah. And as we was just saying, the one I use this is to clear areas, make it sacred space, transmute dark energies to light, so it comes through and it comes out good. Yeah.
Oh, speaking about crystals, I just remembered salt. Salt is used in cleansing. You can use it for spiritual baths. A little bit of sea salt, potassium salt, Epsom, if I'm not mistaken, Himalayan salt in the water. It cleanses the surface of the body and the aura. Anything that hasn't made it through yet, you detach and wash away. But it's used in creating boundaries. If you've got crystalline salt, that's wonderful. The only downside is that if the wind can blow it away, or if it rains, it's dissolved and you lose that line that you've created.
I was going to bring up about religion, which I'm not religious, but amazingly, I've got some rosemary beads here.
Yes.
All connected to prayer and everything. And prayer can be a powerful tool, though I don't do it, because religiously is billions of people praying. Yeah. So imagine the power behind all that magic.
Yes. This is common in I know in Islam also, where they call the beads the tasbih.
Yeah.
Same. The numbers are probably different. In the Islamic world, it's 99 beads. The Buddhists have the mala, the Hindus also, with 108 beads. I'm not quite sure the number of beads on the rosaries, the prayer beads, but there's the same thing. One bead at a time, you repeat words of power. And so over time, these build up to become incredibly powerful.
Another tool that we haven't brought up is dowsing. Dowsing is great. Dowsing.
Yes.
There's a crystal so that's a third eye crystal. But the one I brought in, it's just got a dragon on. It's red, so it's dragon fire.
Beautiful.
And you can use these as dowsing, can't you?
Shall we talk about how to use these?
Okay.
And then I suppose we've covered a good number of things. So first, you got to cleanse. Smudge or use your energy or your breath. You cleanse. Then, of course, it's the vessel that has to be cleansed. So if you're smudging, smudge yourself and your space. Clear the heart. If the heart is injured or if you're angry and upset, you're going to compromise the clarity of the energy. And then you would set an intention for, yes, this is going, let's say, counterclockwise, and no, clockwise. And I don't know, perhaps side to side. So,
it's whatever you set the intention. It's how you do it. Everything. I was going to say, Amir, that every time you do something spiritual, do breath work. Every time. Just don't be lazy with it. Just do the breath work and it'll work better. It will always work better. Yeah,
Agreed,
definitely.
agreed. And of course, practice makes perfect. The more
Mm,
you do it, the better you become. And then, of course, you reach a stage where none of these instruments are needed anymore.
yeah.
You're just a magical gangster walking on this earthly domain without any
Well,
need for ammunition.
yeah, then you can connect to your guides, your aspects, and all these is your team, and you are in control. You're the conductor of all these because you're the earthbound spirit. Where they not? They're not earthbound. Yeah.
Yes, they don't have any anchor in this reality. So the powerful ones are down here in human form, in human
Mm,
bodies. The rest are
yeah.
either a little too lazy or a little too afraid or not quite up to it.
Mm,
Not dissing or disrespecting any non corporeal being here, but if they like, let them come down and try it in our bodies, see how it feels. This is to honor the mighty human and every one of our amazing audience.
mm.
And
But
so,
the last one,
oh, oh,
grounding.
oh,
I always do the grounding.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Grounding. Let's see. Of course, walking barefoot on the earth. It is what it says. Connecting to the planet with our skin. That's good. It's good for electrical balance of the body.
Mm,
We accumulate static charge quite easily, and the body is a
yeah.
sensitive machine. So being at
Wait,
connection with Earth is good.
these events, I always have my shoes and socks off. I always take them off. When I do healing, I always take my shoes off. At the healing centres I work because I feel more connected then. Yeah. So it's a must, really, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, something may ricochet internally and cause damage to the body. You want flow.
Mm,
Where's all this
yeah.
light going? Of course, it's going into the earth. So it goes far
Mm,
beyond electrical equilibrium or magnetic equilibrium. It's the flow of
mm,
the light of the soul. This has to go in. And of course, we're pulling up healing from the earth. That needs to get in. So, yeah, um,
mm.
very,
The,
very well said.
this Atlantis halo I told you last week where you do this. This is slowing the energy coming through to clear you. So instead of it going right to ground, it's actually got an halo around you and it's slowing it so it does the work. Yeah. So
Magnificent.
I didn't mention that last week. So yeah. What's this one going to be called? I haven't got any questions. I looked at yours. There was no questions there.
Yes, well, we're still open to questions and very much so welcome them. So if anybody has anything they would like us to talk about next time, or if they've got any questions, we would be delighted to share what we know.
Mm,
This one, let's probably call it spiritual instruments and tools, or magical. Shall we call it magical instruments and tools? That sounds a
yeah,
little cooler. Yeah, more gangster.
definitely, definitely. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
something
yes,
I wanted to say, everyone. Next time you're outside and it's a nice day, just take your shoes off and just connect. Just connect to the earth. Yeah. No one has time to connect. Yeah. So
yeah, yeah.
I'll have to do that.
Well, we're all running on the hamster wheel,
Mm,
paying our bills and whatnot. It's good to set once a week. If you're really really busy, once every 2 weeks, you just don't neglect it. It's very very good for you.
mm,
Connecting to nature, just sitting down. You don't even have to do anything. Just be. Allow nature to wash over you. Some amazing things will
exactly.
happen.
Yeah. I've got me and Deb and Rick are doing a healing event tonight, so
Oh, wonderful. Well, more
I
power
think
to you.
it's going to be 5 hours. Starts at 9 p.m. It's a long night.
Oh, wow. Okay. Why so long? Why? Why? Just go boop.
Is that many people going on it? So, so.
You know what? Time is an illusion. You know,
Exactly.
I, I get it. You know, it's for the benefit of those who receive. The conscious mind sometimes needs a little convincing. Oh yes, if you spend more time, they think, oh yes, this is good. But I mean, you and I both know, energetically, it's just
Instant. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It reminds me of because I used to have an hairdresser's. Funny enough, I didn't do the hair, but I used to own one. And when I had my hair cut, it'd be like that. But if anyone was paying, it'd be all long because they liked the chat and the
Yes,
it's nice
yeah,
and slow. Yeah,
yeah. If
same
you do,
work, exactly the same.
oh yeah, yeah. If you do it real fast, they think you've cheated them out of a like a experience or something. You know.
Exactly.
Well.
Okay.
So let's bring this one to a close. Um, as usual, my wonderful friend Philip, it's an honor and privilege.
Are
And
we
to
going
our
to do sound bowls or not bother?
yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually amazing. Thank you for reminding.
Yeah, I've got the other one. Might as well use them both.
Yes.
I'm gonna play me. Let's see what it's like in there. Right. Excellent.
Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, love you. See you next week, same time.
See you then. Bye.
Take care. All the best.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye.